So yeah, wonderful people. It's me once again, and this is another time I'm coming to the park with my camera and in fact with my crew. And then we are here to shoot something that's happening inside Africa niche. And then looking at the fact that I'm an African, I really needed to portray my culture. And then as you can see, I'm in my African print. And this happens to be, I'm in Ghana week, and so I'm representing Ghana at the moment. But then there's a lot to see in there. When you get to, you realize that there are a lot of other African countries that are presenting their culture. Fast forward, I think we should just move in already, and so let's just do that.
Well, before we continue this wonderful adventure, please do well to like this video. Don't forget to click on the notification bell to get notified anytime I upload a new video. And my brother, subscribe. Subscribe, my sister. Subscribe, my brother. Not that I'm bragging, but my university is the best university in the Kingdom of Morocco. Well, if you don't agree with me, meet me in the comment section. I met him. I met the guy with a favorite code, Selafrik Kigain. So the 5-story building you see up there, there is what houses the administration. I was a little bit nervous because I don't know the number of people I'm going to meet in there. But I was looking forward in meeting some of my friends because they will actually make me feel at home at the end of the day. Anyways, let's just head into the unknown. Honestly, as terrible as my voice may sound, you just have to bear with me because this is what you are going to hear throughout my video. Well, some few people spoke at the end of the day to tell us about their culture, but I misplaced all my audios, and so you can't hear their beautiful voice. So bear with me if you hear my voice throughout the video, because we still have to portray the culture of Africans and also some few countries from the Caribbean. I just got into the hall and there are a lot of people already. But then let's get ready to discover as we travel through the various countries in Africa and in the Caribbean.
These battles make it hurt.
These people actually make me feel like I and my camera crew were needed here all this while, but just that we came very, very late. This guy, I don't know why he's in dark shades today, but everything he does it on purpose. So I was looking for the Ghanaian stand because charity, they say, begins at home. Honestly, I hope he's actually telling him to subscribe to my channel, or at least telling him I'm a YouTuber. Well, I went ahead to ask some few questions. Obviously, they were Francophone, so I had to, speak my 2x4 French, which you wouldn't be hearing. Thank God I lost all my audios. Well, this is the Ghanaian stand. And obviously, you can see some Ghanaian artifacts on the table. Well, I don't have much to say over here because I'm already a Ghanaian. But still, we have to show something to the world. Yeah, the guy, he's the one presenting for his country. Well, he said, these are traditional clothing for ladies. We decided to show this part of our culture because yesterday marked Women's Day. Well, I also said, I would have worn something, but since they are for ladies, no, he actually wanted to dare me. I told you guys, right? He does everything on purpose. I asked them to point out where they live exactly on this map. I just had to believe them because I don't live with them. Maybe they were deceiving me. But I had to test their geography a little bit. So I asked them, where is Ghana located in respect to their country? And so eventually they told me Ghana is actually found on the west side of their country. Well, check the map and see if that is true. Well, I had to inform him about how weak my French was before we started the convo. Mandem was like, je parle pas bien français. And he said, go ahead. I was like, what do you have to show the world from Benin? And to my surprise, he brought out granite. Well, I had to taste it. And I don't blame him. I was late, and so it even got finished. You see the cap is actually made out of bamboo. And you know what cap is meant for. Tunisia had a lot to show, trust me. Yes, they brought pepper. They brought hot Tunisian red pepper. That was what they brought for the exposition. Well, they asked me if I could taste it. I was like, nah, because I would have to take a lot of water, maybe. But then I asked, why do they have TV? Is it because they want to show whatever they have virtually? They were like, yeah, technology has evolved, and so this is what we have for you guys. And so obviously I watched it and they showed me, and to my surprise they had to bring their national football jersey. So I asked, which number is this? Well, they were interested in the fact that that is their national football jersey, and so they showed that too. And trust me, they had nothing to show apart from their red hot Tunisian pepper, which I refused to taste. Well, that is their culture, and then I respect that. I have had a Nigerian friend for a while now, so I thought I knew everything about this country until this girl actually gave me a detailed history about the Mosque of Agadez. Well, you should look it up because I can say everything here. And also, I'm very sorry if I thought it was a cake at first. Obviously, I wasn't going to cut him out. He wanted it, that is why he asked for it. It looks like it. I mean the Gambian flag. Well, he was telling me about the masquerades in Gambia, which is used to actually scare off ladies, to avoid guys. Wow. I don't know if it's still practiced in Gambia, but I think this can be adopted in my country since the guys have decided not to fear ladies so that they can leave the guys alone. So in Togo, I spent quite an amount of time over there because they happen to speak a language I speak, and that is my local dialect, which I enjoy speaking. So obviously, maybe a deviota, maybe a promoter, and they were all doing very, very well. Trust me, this you see is actually made out of an animal tail. And almost everything they presented was found in Ghana, so it was very quite easy to relate. Well, palm wine was actually acknowledged in the presence of calabash, so we talked about palm wine. Well, Chad actually had a little to present, but trust me, if there was actually a kitchen closer to where I was, I would have prepared a soup from the enormous amount of spices they brought. I think they are known for spices. I think so, but I couldn't ask for the names of the spices. So you can make a list down in the comment section so that I can check them out later. I tried to play with his brain a little bit by telling him that Burkina is not found on top of Ghana. So we had an argument for let's say 1 minute, but Mandem knows his geography, so he still stood by the fact that Burkina is found on top of Ghana. Well, they actually had a letter to present, but then it portrayed their culture very, very well. I mean, you guessed right, I can prepare Banku. Yeah, you guessed right. I mean, this hat is supposed to be worn when you are at the beach. How come Burkina has this? Looking at the fact that they are not closer to the sea. Well, you should visit Burkina during the hot season. Then you will know you will need this particular hat. You see, this clothing is actually made by hand and it's made for the people of Mosin. Well, the Westerners actually are known for actually putting on what we call the tie and dye. I happen to wear one today, and so that makes me a Westerner if I was supposed to be giving birth to in Burkina Faso. Look, I can't mention the food, but I'm going to do my best and write it all on screen so that you guys can actually mention it. Or trust me, in the video, it's even written over there. But let me try with the first one, Cascade de Bafora. I think I've had that right. I mean, you can mention the rest for yourself. So in Cape Verde, I spent not less than 1 minute checking the spelling of Cape Verde because I felt like there was a need for an E. So I went ahead to ask the lady because I want to be the first to discover this. And so I asked, why is it that there's no E at the end of Cape? And she said that is how it is written in French. I forgot for a moment that I was actually conducting this interview in French. So everything's supposed to be written in French. And so I went ahead and asked, how do you say it in your language then? Looking at the fact that you speak Portuguese. And she said it is pronounced Cabo Verde. Yes, their president made it into the country in the form of picture. And so there he was. Well, I thought it was only in North African countries that couscous was actually prepared. So they brought what is used to prepare couscous on the table for me to see, and so I saw it. Well, she was trying to mention volcano in French. For a moment, I thought that was the name of the president, but she was actually mentioning volcano. And so they presented some of the lovely tourism destinations in the country. Yes, this is Panama without actually speaking. Lucia was quite easy because they speak English. I mean, we started by identifying the island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. I had to look very closely before I could identify this beautiful island in the middle of nowhere. So they showed off some of their tourist sites, and I mean, the one at the right bottom corner looks very fun to do. I should try that myself in my house. Well, they spoke about huyo, which is actually food made up of a lot of vegetables and meat as well. So I asked, why was bikini brought here? And she said, no, those are not bikini. They are actually used for their carnival culture. And so once again, they are not bikinis. Yes, I met a friend, so I decided to push the camera into his face to get his attention. So I continued doing it until he said, hey.
These bad dance make it hurt.
In Mauritania, we talked about the guitar. We spoke about the Saudi Arabian mosque, which was constructed by the Saudi Arabians. And the port of Mauritania was actually painted blue, just like the city of Szechuan in Morocco. We spoke about the L'Oeil d'Afrique, which literally means the African eye. So I asked, is it true there we can actually see the whole African continent? He said no. It's something that's just known to be that. Everybody wanted to speak because they had a lot to share about their country. So they were talking about the guitar, they were talking about the key holders, they were talking about their money, they were talking about a whole lot of other stuff that I can actually talk about because they are all in the video. Just take a very close look at them. If there is one thing I really love about the Moroccan culture, it's about the fact that you are presented with minty anytime you visit someone. Well, I got there late, so I actually didn't see them dance the Gnawa, which I really love to see. Comoros is actually made up of 4 islands. But there's this secret you don't know yet. Let me tell you about it. The islands are actually embedded in the national flag. You see the stripe of colors? They are actually divided among these islands. Apart from the triangular green side of the flag, which signifies the fact that this country is actually an Islamic state. But there's one thing about Comoros I feel like I need to say. Well, in Comoros, if you are married to a woman, you actually move into the lady's house. Is that not interesting to know about? Well, the yellow cloth is used on the day of your marriage. That is what he said. Well, when I got to Madagascar, I thought the country was called Madagascar. But not knowing the people of Madagascar are actually called Madagascar. That's a new thing you've learned today. Well, we spoke about their precious stone. The fact that their precious stone is actually found on their island. Well, it's very precious to them, and so they had to show it to the world. I believe they are actually the baby of Africa because they actually drift away from Africa. Because I felt like they were actually attached to the continent of Africa. Well, believe it or not, they are Africans. Yes, I had a very deep conversation with the dean of my faculty as well as the organizers of this beautiful event. Well, to get to know about this particular conversation, all you have to do is click on the notification bell so you get notified anytime I upload that video. Well, also don't forget to like this video if you really enjoyed. Put your comment in the comment section. I know there's a lot to say about your country. Just put it in the comment section. And well, the final moment, do well to subscribe to this channel. My brother, do well to subscribe.